Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Just want to connect briefly this week. Say hi to everybody. I feel like I'm not getting to see everyone at all because we're not having live sessions as we did in the finance classes, if you were with me in finance. So just a brief video, a couple updates, and then I'll let you go. So um, a couple points about discussion boards. So discussion boards, they do need to, in weeks that we have them, we actually don't have one this week in week 4 because we do have a written assignment, but we have them the other weeks, many of the other weeks throughout the term. Keep in mind that with the discussions, the initial post needs to be up by Wednesday night. So make sure that you're doing your initial post by Wednesday, your responses by Sunday. That's kind of all spelled out in the syllabus. So because that is different from what I've had in my in the finance classes, I've gone back and given credit for that. It caused some confusion, and I completely understand that. Generally, the standard is Wednesday and Sunday, or a day early in the week, and then the last day of the week. So just be on the lookout for that in your courses overall. But some the finance ones that I just didn't have that standard, but that tends to be the standard. So just be on the lookout for that. Check your syllabus. If you're unsure, check with your faculty members. They can always point you in the right direction. But for this class, it's Wednesday and Sunday. And starting next week in week 5, when we have another discussion, there will be points deducted if you don't get your posts up in a timely manner. I think that's it for that. So this week, we're kind of getting past the generic discussion of health information systems and jumping into kind of the starting topic, which is strategic planning. So when we're looking to implement new systems or build a system from the ground up, whatever, or merge systems, we need to have some strategy in place in and around that. So we do have a written assignment this week. It's fairly straightforward, but for you to take a look at. I will say with regard to the PowerPoints, so the PowerPoints are in the classroom really more as a reference. They go with the chapter in the textbook that is assigned for that week. So just be on the lookout for that PowerPoint. A lot of students like them to take notes on, to just review the high points of the chapter, those types of things. But also in most weeks we'll have a case example noted. So that's really to kind of give you that hands-on real world look at a specific item. In this case, it happens to be strategic planning, and there's a couple of them in there, but really, kind of where planning didn't occur appropriately and it failed. Interestingly, it's not health information systems, but I was just reading about, for anyone in the class that might work here at UCF, I'm not sure if we have any or not. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we're recently going through this implementation of Workday. So Workday is a new system, mainly HR systems, but finance systems, etc. I was just reading an article from out of Inside Higher Ed about Erie County Community College in New York. I think Erie in the Buffalo area, not Erie, Pennsylvania, but that they were. Yeah, it was because it was SUNY. The SUNY system, State University of New York system, agreed to pay $5.2 million to get them out of this Workday implementation that's been costing millions and millions and millions of dollars, more than what was expected. And now they were able to get the funding to get out of it and go to a different system. Interesting, because we're implementing that same system here, a much larger organization, and having some issues with it, having some issues with the implementation. So that's why strategy and strategic planning in and around health information technology, or any information technology, is really crucial. You need to have bottom up, top down involvement, everyone at every level, every stakeholder, to have input into the strategy moving forward with, in our case, health information systems and technologies. So interesting stuff there. Like I said, we do have this assignment scheduled for this week. Just a brief 2 to 3 page paper. Please make sure that you're using your APA formatted in-text citations and references. So just a reminder, if you're using information that you learned about from a source. So let's see, you read your textbook, or maybe you, downloaded a journal article about something. Even though if you're restating that in your own words or paraphrasing, is what we usually call that, if you are paraphrasing, you still have to use an in-text citation because it's not your own thought. Now, if you're giving your own thoughts and your own opinions, then you don't have to cite those. But please make sure that you're citing appropriately in text. So, for example, if I were to maybe cite something that I had written, if let's say if you were to cite something I had written, you would say blah blah blah, and then at the end it would say Harrington, comma, and then the year 2022. So something like that. You need to make sure you're doing that in text as well as your references at the end of the paper. Also make sure that your references are in appropriate APA format. And if you're not familiar with APA or if you want a refresher, just drop me a note here in the classroom in the inbox over here to the side, or drop me an email or give me a call. There's a really great APA tutorial that's free. That's offered from the APA. So, coming right from the source, great tutorial that'll help you with all aspects of APA. So please just remember that APA is an important piece, especially in graduate school. A lot of times undergrads, I don't harp on them too much, but in grad school, it's really important that you're attributing thought to the people that came up with that thought, and then also taking credit for your own thought. And if you're not citing properly, I can't tell which is which. So I guess that's it. If you have any questions, always please feel free to reach out. My office hours are listed as being in the office, but don't feel like, obviously, most of you aren't right here in the downtown campus where I am. I'm happy to meet up via Zoom or Teams or whatever during those office hours and at any other time that I'm available. So don't feel like you're limited to just those hours. I'm happy to help out. Just drop me a note and we'll find a time that works best for both of us. But everyone's doing great. I'm glad the class is rolling along smoothly. But if you have any questions, just reach out. Okay, thanks so much.